Welcome to Las Locas Chronicles! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas edition. Listen, good morning and Merry Christmas to all the locas out there.
That's right.
It is Christmas Day.
I can't believe it.
Where's my presents, Jessica?
Hold on.
Get out of here. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Listen, the gift is me, okay? The gift
Send
is me.
back and return for a full refund. Thank you so much.
You'll take me.
Listen, we hand-me-downs. Listen, we are so happy we could be a part of your afternoon.
That's right.
After you've had the morning breakfast, after you open up the gifts, you got Las Locas right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Celebrating with you.
That's right.
Today's a special day, not only because we celebrate the birth of Jesus on this day.
That's right.
It's also another birthday. It's the birthday of Las Locas Chronicles. It was last year on December 25th. We first launched our podcast to the world in fear.
Correct.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that too? Like it was in fear?
It was 100%. It was in fear. And I'm going to say it was also in doubt. Like, who's going to watch this?
I thought that too.
Okay. I wanted to be honest. I wanted to be honest.
I thought that too. I was like, who is going to listen to us? Who's going to watch us? Where are these people coming from? I have no idea.
Right.
And I kept watching these videos on YouTube that said you shouldn't tell your friends and family.
Yes.
And I think we already had agreed even before we started watching the videos that we weren't going to tell people. We were just going to let God be God and do what only God could do.
That's it.
And so we said, okay, God, we're just going to put it out there, and whoever watches, watches, and whoever doesn't.
Right.
And that's just what it's going to be. And we did, but we had been recording since early summer. Or spring.
No, it was springtime.
Springtime.
Yeah, it was springtime. And, I told Jessica, I said, we've been talking about this for a while. I wanted to be and we had talked with the branding company.
That's right.
To kind of help us, with the logos and stuff. I love doing graphic design, but I felt like this project was way too special to take on, and so I wanted professional help.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my hands involved because I do so much for other things. I wanted to know what the feeling was like to have someone else venture and be creative in, and that process we've shared was nothing but a great blessing for us.
It was a great blessing, not only because the graphics, really that's the end result of all the hard work that we put into, and we have a great company that we used, and they're personal friends of Alexa, and they're believers, which was phenomenal because they understood the vision that we had, and it's not just a vision, but the calling and the ministry that we wanted this to be.
Absolutely. And they knew me.
Yeah.
And then they got to know Jessica.
Yeah.
And they saw the two different personalities, and they embodied exactly what we wanted. I mean, every color, everything has its own meaning. So
after so many conversations, and I'm going to tell you, the most impacting part for me in that whole process was that one day, Richie and I were traveling, and we had a meeting with them. And so I had to do the Zoom on my phone from the car. And they had put a mood board together of different pictures and different things of things that Alexa liked and things that I liked. They put my style together. They put her style together. And then they put things to get so that they could blend the both.
They fused us together.
And when I saw this board and the intentionality, the detail, how they listened to us, and I saw my style represented there, and I saw her style, and then they put it together. I actually almost started crying because
we did cry.
It was so beautiful that they understood who we are, and they understood our differences, but they also understood how we were together and how we could blend that. Because I think, again, y'all have heard me say this so many times. I actually never realize how different we are until I started watching our own podcast.
And I'm going to say, I don't think I've spoken on that. I honestly thought that we were a lot more similar.
Right.
And through the year and change of coming together, I honestly feel like even now we're still learning each other all over again.
Right.
But we are very different.
We are very different. And I guess everybody else saw it except for us.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess because we just love each other so much and we've grown together so much that you kind of grow and it doesn't even seem like it's a thing. But as we started watching, I was like, wow, we're so different. And as we started working together, because we never really worked together before.
Right.
And as we started working together, I really realized that our work styles are a little different, you know.
Night and day, literally.
Night and day.
Literally.
It's
but there are a lot. Okay,
it's beautiful and challenging all at the same time.
It is challenging, but I do have to say that there are certain things that are very relatable. We both are workaholics.
Yes.
We both love excellence.
Yes.
We both take on challenges.
That is correct.
Neither of us gets too overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think that's a flaw of both of us, that we take on so much until kind of like we break.
Yeah.
And we have to be more cautious of that together.
Yeah.
So in that, work ethic wise,
yeah, the work ethic definitely is the same.
Is the same. But the night and day is night and day.
It's literally night and day. My best hours are in the morning. Her best hours are when the owls come out. And
seriously, like I'm ready to go. I'm like, let's do 100.
The freaks come out at night. And listen, she gets a second win at 9 p.m. and I'm like, there's no win. Okay, my windmill has stopped.
Literally, after 12, I could build you a castle. Jessica just kind of like told me today that after 12, she's already like winding down. And I'm like, what?
Because because I work early. Early hours are my best hours. So in my mind, 11 to 12, I'm at lunch. I've done my best, hardest work in the morning time. In the afternoon, I'm kind of doing things that are a little bit easier on my brain. And then, 3 o'clock, I got my snack. And then I'm winding down, preparing for the next day tomorrow or whatever I have to do that night and teach classes. So I didn't realize how much it affected me until we had to work, really late one night.
Yeah.
And we tried to record a podcast and we're like, come on. I was like, I'm really tired. I had just taught a class and she's like, come on, Jess, let's do it. We got one more.
Right.
And I don't think we realized how tired we were.
We were both tired because this is
kept
not
working.
This is not full time. This is our time that we use to do this because we're full-time wives, we're full-time family, and then we have our full-time church. And then and within the church, there's so many pockets within that. And so I'm usually at church at night all the time, handling different groups, training different people. Same with Jessica. And then I have a speaking ministry outside of my church.
Right.
And so, then somewhere along there is projects that are heart projects that we want to do.
Extra things,
so sometimes it's just,
And I would say, you speak a lot. Like, if I could, I had never realized how much you speak in the speaking ministry and how often you're gone in the speaking ministry. So that is a toll because not only are you traveling, you're still taking care of stuff.
Right.
For church,
exactly,
and you and your husband's leadership ministry,
right,
Red, and all the and then all your conferences.
All of that goes with me.
Right, it goes with her.
I don't clock out of anything, and that
Las Locas goes with you.
Exactly.
So wherever she is, she's editing.
Because again, there's a work ethic. I don't like to have anything fall short, and so. These last 2 years, it's about kind of like finagling what gets placed where. And, I've had to pull back in certain areas, but I'm doing what I love to do.
Right. And I think that's why we don't notice it as much.
Yeah.
Because we love all the things that we do.
Yeah.
All the things that we do, we absolutely love it. And so I don't know. I think we just kind of crashed and we kept looking at each other like
that night was hard.
Like what do we say next? It was like for the first time ever, we had nothing to say.
That I think was an an eye opener for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
you if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this with a clear mind,
Yeah.
rested, and it's better to not record and sleep than to record something that you're never gonna put out there because it wasn't worth it.
And it wasn't in excellence, you know.
Yeah,
and I think God
100%.
really taught us a lesson. And then I came back
had
the
to
next
happen.
morning.
It
It
had
had
to
to happen
happen.
because I told you. I said, I think God really, I told her there's a lot of things that could have happened. First of all, exhaustion. That's
Yeah.
number one. The second thing that could have happened is maybe that wasn't the message that God needed us to speak at that moment. And we also have to recognize, right, that there are messages that we are, that God is ready for us to speak about. And then there are messages that maybe our audience and us are not ready to discuss. And so,
Right.
I mean, it could be multiple things, right? It's all about discernment, right? And knowing exactly, what we could do personally, and then what God wants us to do and how we're going to walk in obedience in that.
And that speaks into like really having that connection with the Lord to know when it is okay to say, this is not God's timing.
Right.
This is not what God has intended for us, and to walk away from it, to step back.
Yeah.
And I appreciate another commonality that I think we have is that we love the Lord and we fear him to the point where we wouldn't do something that we know we don't have God's green light on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so it's been a year, guys.
Oh my goodness, so
and we
much
just
growth.
want to thank you
Yes.
for joining the whole journey. For some of you, you've gone into Locas Fit, and that's a ministry within itself. And coming 2026, we're going to raise the bar on that because, it taught us that it's not easy. We started off well, we started off strong, and that is a whole journey on itself. So to all our Locas Fit, we love you girls. Thank you for joining such a great community of women and people, and helped us stay in line. Maybe we didn't lose everything that we wanted to, but we are maintaining. We're in, like,
I
that
definitely did
maintenance
better than
mode.
last year.
Right?
I mean, I'm definitely at this has been the longest I've been able to maintain.
And that's positive.
And that is positive,
Right.
because this is a lifetime journey.
100%. So
Yeah.
I'm coming at you, 2026. I'm coming at you.
Coming in hot.
And we learned so much. So we didn't say, but today, look at our beautiful mugs.
Look at this.
I don't know if you could tell up. They're knitted mugs. I have a white knitted sweater. She has a red one. What are you drinking?
I have agua fresca. And what brand is it? It was from a can.
Minute Maid.
Minute Maid. It was Minute Maid. And I'm actually really impressed.
She has a strawberry flavor.
It is excellent. Very refreshing.
She wanted to try the lemon one or limon.
It was limon, but then I was thinking, is it going to taste like Sprite?
Oh, okay. So
Or
what does that
seltzer water?
taste like?
It's like strawberry water.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
literally an agua fresca.
Yes, it tastes like strawberry water.
Oh,
It's not
snap,
carbonated
okay.
or anything.
Okay.
It's very refreshing.
And I have a tried and true. Y'all know that I do water mostly, but Snapple fruit punch.
Ooh.
Every once and again, it's Christmas Day. I get to do a Snapple fruit punch. And check out the Christmas snacks on deck. Come on.
Christmas snacks right
Come on,
here.
Christmas snacks. So on this side is mine. That side is yours. Of course, we're going to mix it around. But listen, I love Crunch and Munch toffee, like the OG Crunch and Munch. Why is it that all the peanuts stay at the bottom? Well, they didn't have Crunch and Munch, so they had the next thing, which is Fiddle Faddle. Do y'all know what Fiddle Faddle is?
Fiddle faddle. Look, oh my gosh, look at this big
The
bunch.
big cluster.
Listen, God just be, I just live in abundance.
So, but I mean, I'm enjoying
Let's
it,
see.
but it's not Crunch and Munch. It's not crunch, and it's the same toffee flavor, but it's not Crunch and
But
Munch.
I like it still.
It's good, but it's not Crunch and Munch, And what you got on deck?
Guys, I am the old school snack girl.
East Coast.
Wise cheese doodles.
Wise, not the cheese puffs.
Wise cheese doodles. If you know about Wise,
What you know about that blue bag of Wise potato chips?
Y'all don't know about that life.
Tastes totally different than a cheese puff.
It does taste different.
100% different.
I love Wise because in New York,
they
sell the 25 cents.
Yup. That's what you used to
bags
get.
of chips.
That
with
and
a quarter water.
A quarter water, and then your bag of chips, 25 cents.
And for I used 50 to get cents, you have an after school snack.
Wise cheese doodles. Not cheese doodles. What are they? The corn. They had the wave. What were they called? The Wise, the yellow bag.
Dipsy doodles.
Dipsy doodles, kid.
Dipsy doodles.
How you know about that?
Those are my favorite too.
Who didn't get the Dipsy doodles?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I haven't seen those in years.
Yo, I gotta look at it right now.
You gotta see if they have it on Amazon.
They have everything on Amazon. Let me see a Dipsy doodle.
I think
a wavy corn chip snack. Yo, the fact.
I remembered.
The fact. That's the new one right here. That's the new one. That's the new Dipsy doodle. But back in the day,
that was it.
A Dipsy doodle. So, listen. I know that you and Richie don't give gifts, but what is one great gift that you got in 2025? What is a big gift that you got in 2025?
A gift? Let me think about it. A gift I got in 2025.
Something that you cherish, something that you enjoyed.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared to think about it. Give me a minute.
Yeah. I'll start.
Okay.
So, I realized that I do like gifts. I like surprises. And I love people that are intentional about gifts, right? I loved my birthday. The church went all out for my birthday. And I love that you got to speak for my birthday. I loved the painting that happened.
That was fun.
And then the Locas tribute.
The videos. All your friends sent in videos. Your sister.
That is a gift. I feel that's a gift, you know? Not every gift has to be materialistic.
That's true. Right?
You could gift someone your time. You can gift someone. There's so many things you could your talent. That was a huge gift for me, and I appreciate it. I still think of it because I was surprised. I love being surprised.
You do.
I love being surprised because I am not the one to get surprised too often because I have these spidey senses that are like they're working on something.
She's the one that ruins the surprises.
Wow. I try not. It's not that I'm nosy, right? Because there's a difference. There's some people that are all up in the business.
Yeah.
But
she just always has a sense.
Always.
That something is
yes,
happening.
I have to. So,
something is happening. I don't know. I don't often receive gifts. But I will say this. I am more of I don't really like surprises. You know that. You know that I'm very I want to be
she wants to know everything.
Right. I need to plan.
She tells me all the time, like, I can't do this when I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. I'm like, I need to have something
at the
forefront of my mind, you know.
What's going to happen?
But I've had some pretty incredible experiences this year that really have been a gift to me, you know, like, you know, just the consistency of me and you always, you know, checking in almost every day, which is so different for us. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know, and I think that really has been a gift to me the whole year.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I don't think we were that consistent since we were real young. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes it would go a couple weeks. Sometimes it would go months that we wouldn't, you know.
Yeah, because when we were real young, it was like uña y mugre.
It was like multiple times a day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just saw you
At
10
church.
minutes ago at youth service and we're on the phone, my father would be like, you just saw her. Why are you on the phone again? Like, what happened in those 10 minutes?
Yeah. But that really has been a gift to me because, when you move to a new city and some people say, well, you've been there 4 years. It takes time to build relationships. And it takes time to...
Which is crazy because you're such a go-getter. You're such a communicator.
Yeah. But I think for deep, authentic relationships, it takes time.
That's good.
Because you just can't let anybody in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that you're like, oh, that's a nice person that we can go out to eat with. There's a whole different level. Like before, I'm going to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple of
there's passcodes. You got it's like an escape room.
Right. It's like an escape room.
Right. You got to go. There's a lock over here. There's a door over there. Yeah.
So just the fact that you have already gone through that process.
That process is long and hard.
Moving and being in a whole completely different place than how we grew up, and having to meet all new people and all new friends, and not having any family there, and so you really just knowing that exactly how I feel makes me feel comforted, even when I don't say that brings me comfort. Does that make sense?
This is the first time Well, you're welcome. Merry Christmas. This is the first time I hear that she's appreciating the checkup.
The checkup, the text messages, the hey sis, I haven't heard from you today.
Right.
Or
And this is something that I'm trying to be better at because I'm very bad at communicating. But like when you're in my presence, I make you feel like you are the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
And because once again, that goes to the weakness. I feel it's a weakness. I don't believe that God wants you to do 1,000 things at once.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth.
Because when you're traveling, you're working. You're preparing to speak, which is hard in itself. You have to get in a frame of mind.
And not only that, but when you're traveling, let me school somebody out there. If the Lord has called you, please listen to me. If the Lord has called you to minister, to speak, to be an evangelist, to go share your gift out, please understand that. Help me with the percentages. I have a percentage, for example, this weekend I'm going to go speak somewhere. I speak Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Golly.
Okay? But Thursday I land. Mm-hmm. Friday morning, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon, because my flight is on Monday, those are all still ministry moments.
Right.
Because if they're going to have a conference and other people are speaking that I'm sitting at the table with, I have to be there.
Right.
Out of respect to those that are also praying and fasting and asking the Lord for a word, out of respect for them, I am going to be there. Or if they want me to come to their room or, their cabin and they want me to speak, want me to have some quality time with them, that's also part of the ministry. And sometimes that part of community and ministry of talking to one another is essential and goes more than the hour and 15 minutes that you speak and you minister. I'm trying to tell you, that God's called, don't be so quick to, okay, well, I'm just here to speak my 45 minutes and then I get off the altar and that's it.
Right.
Please don't do that. Learn from me. I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Literally.
It is so important for you to make yourself available to people that want to spend time with you. Now, granted, maybe they don't. I've been in places too where they just take me from the hotel to the event to back to the hotel to the airplane. As long as you give me something to eat, I'm okay. Right? I don't need to be babysat. But there are other people that would love to sit with you, eat with you. And the worst thing to be is a green room, how would you say?
A green room snob?
A green room snob. Yeah.
Yeah. Where you don't want to talk to people. You're just going to hang out in the green room until, until it's time to speak. And then as soon as you're done, you go right back to the green room. And I understand that there are other people, who have bigger platforms and it can be overwhelming. But I think people appreciate, because I know when I've gone with you and even my own speaking, people love to sit there and they want you to pray with them after, and they want to talk to you, and they want to tell you, what God spoke into their lives. And I just think it's a beautiful ministry moment, and you just never know who you're speaking to,
Granted, and I feel like there's a little ethic in that too. If the person just ministered for 2 hours, don't ask them to pray for you another 40 minutes. Like that's not that's not right either, But definitely come and say, man, God was great. Understand that person didn't do it. It was all the Lord. Right. Or just, come on, let's have a good time together. Let's, what's the next thing that they're going to do, and be a part of it. I think it's so important. And I don't know who that was out there for 2026. You're going to get some phone calls. And I feel that it is so important. And we should have a class on this, the ethics of ministering out. And
that's good.
I really do, because I feel that we're living in a culture where we're trying to make everyone a celebrity, and that is so dangerous. Jesus was with the people, and he sat there, and he had, he sat at the table with them. He laughed with them. And we just have to make sure that our heart is always right. In ministry. Because the worst thing is to take pride in something that doesn't belong to you.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
You speak way more than I do. And so and we're even different in that, where I really am such a scheduled routine. I am a creature of habit, and I'm kind of like my pet. He wants to eat the same time every day. He's like, Mom, you're supposed to take me on my walk. It's right now. This is the time we go for the walk.
That's funny.
Right? And then when I don't, take him out at that time, he's like looking at me like, okay, so whenever you get ready to get back in this routine. So I'm very, traveling can be a little difficult for me, because it breaks my routine. But again, God breaks
the routine.
God is teaching me slowly but surely, right? I think it's great because he's not giving me more than I can handle. He's slowly breaking me into it. Right. So I remember you telling me, I think it was last year, you had given me an opportunity to speak at your church on a Wednesday night. It was Wednesday night, right?
Yes.
And Alexa's so funny because Alexa wants to know every detail, what you're feeling, what you were thinking, minute by minute playbook of everything. And I'm like,
that's true.
Bruh, I just preached a message.
Right.
I'm tired. Like, and she's like,
shake it off.
Jess, how did you feel, Jess? How did you feel? And I'm like, yeah, I think it was good,
Oh,
and so gosh. Then, and again, I think I'm just a person that needs to process. And that's really what it is. I'm a person that kind of needs to process. So anytime I go to a conference, I won't start talking about it, at least for a couple of weeks after. I'm like, let me tell you what happened at that conference. Right. And she's like, girl, conference? That just happened like a month ago.
Right.
What are you doing? Right.
We've moved on. We've gone to 4 other conferences.
But that's just me, right? And how I, process information. But I remember her saying, she said, Jess, this is going to be the first of many speaking events that God has given you. She's like, this is the first one. And I just love that she gave me the first opportunity, right? And then that she recognized that this is going to be the first of many. And I think I might have only spoken outside of my church one time after that. It felt like. But what I also appreciated was that the next year, this year, I've probably gone out 4 or 5 times. Right. And she did tell me that. She was like, Jess, this is going to be the first couple ones. And next year, God will give you more. And the year after that, God will give you more. And it's been true. This year, I've gone out 4 or 5 times. And it hasn't. And again, not so. Listen, people always looking to blow up. People always want to go viral. Right. People want to. You can't. You cannot all of a sudden blow up my character, my integrity, my life, my how God knows who I am so deeply that he would know that if I had 15, 20 speaking engagements, I would probably quit. God knows my heart. It has to slow, and you know that everything I do, it takes me forever to think about it. It takes me forever to try new things, and so God knows exactly what needs to happen. That if this is going to be a lifestyle that I'm going to be able to sustain and weave it into my life every day with my husband and my job and my children and my friends and all the other things that I enjoy, it has to be slow and it has to be a progression so that Jess doesn't feel overwhelmed 100%. And want to run away from it all. Isn't God beautiful?
It can't be un cantazo.
It just cannot.
Right.
It just can't. So some of us are waiting for, to go viral. You know what I'm saying? And God's like, you can't even handle that. You can't. And think about this. Think about how many stars we know, singers, that all of a sudden they go viral. Like literally they put out a record and they blow up. And then a year or two later, 3 years later, they're completely crashing because they were not prepared for how their lives were going to change, for how their living situation was going to change,
right.
For how they never going to have privacy again because paparazzi's following them, harassing. It is crazy. It is crazy. And so God has been great.
He is a great conductor of all things.
And then even that year, look how beautiful this is. Because now we're reflecting back, right? Look how beautiful this is. We go back to the episode. That's one of my favorites about the suitcase.
we got the episodes here because we're celebrating a year.
We're celebrating a year. Which is the one about the suitcase?
I'll find it.
While you wait, episode 11, buy the suitcase.
Yes, right? I got it right here.
Which is one of my favorite episodes. Because if you go back and watch that one, you'll remember the story of me complaining to Alexa about, Alexa, I want to be a speaker. She goes, Jess, you want to be a speaker, but you don't even like to travel.
While you buy the suitcase.
While you wait by the suitcase,
God has not forgotten you.
God has not forgotten you.
We're trying to get better with our titles, but that was a whole title. That was like a whole book right there.
That was the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she had told me that. She said, Jess, you don't even like to travel. And she says, buy the suitcase, right? And that year, I had traveled more than any other year.
Yeah.
Just tiny little flights to Amarillo so that we could record our podcast. But you see how God is a God of... God is just so wise. He knows the most deepest inner parts of my heart and my soul and my desires and what I can handle and what I can't handle. Y'all, he trains me that whole year to be able to get on a plane and handle the 45 minutes and get off the plane and feel, okay, I did it. And then the next month, get on the plane again and do it again. And then the flights got a little bit longer. And then Alexa was taking me to some of her conferences with her. And then, right, and it was slow and it was progressive. And now it's like, I can do these little flights and I can... But isn't God...
I think what you're saying is so important because, some people are like, God, just take me to Europe.
Yes.
But you complain about a 5-hour car drive.
Right.
And so God has to look at the sovereignty of God, right? That he knows what your physical body can handle. So he is giving you these 45-minute trips to Amarillo to get your body used to the air pressure, to get your body used to having to put a suitcase on, the plane, take it off, doing all these, to have
how
your legs cramped up, how to stretch your leg, like all these things are important. You think that they're not, but they are. How to pack, how to not overpack,
right, because I was doing everything wrong. Either I overpacked, I underpacked, and just to walk in wisdom on what I really truly needed. You know what I mean? What I needed, what supplies I needed, what was important.
And she would ask, and I would tell her, listen, I need to tell you, you should buy this, you should buy that, always carry this.
Right.
Do you remember, was there like one essential thing that I told you that you remember?
You told me to buy slippers. So every time we're walking around the hotel that I would have a flat pair of slippers that I could just take my shoes off after you finish speaking and just be able to walk around.
Little things, y'all.
Little things that you don't think about.
You
don't think about things that you need. And then what do I need personally? So I bought a little fold up diffuser for my hair.
Yeah.
Because every hotel has a blow dryer, but they don't have diffusers, curly girls.
She does have a portable diffuser.
Right? They don't have a diffuser. I needed my hair products, so I bought little travel cases that
she
are
bought
perfect.
something today, this little thing for her baby oil.
Yes, I bought
at the Dollar Tree.
Exactly, because baby oil works on taking off my eye makeup perfectly. So, it's just the little things that really make a difference. And then when I went to Phoenix on my own, y'all, I didn't forget anything.
So, she did take about 2 trips with me
to
different places. 2 or 3. 2, I can remember 2. But then it was time for her to fly on her own. Literally.
To do the conference
makes me want to cry.
To do it on my own.
It was time for her to fly literally on her own.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
and bring the merch.
There was an opportunity for me to go with her. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't because I had something that I was doing. But they had said, you can come with Jessica. And I so wanted to, because now she was going to minister and I wanted to be able to support her. However, I had an engagement. So literally, I'm thinking, this is her very first time.
On my own.
On her own. And God was so good that the year before, she had gone to this conference where they asked her to speak.
Right.
So she was able to befriend everyone on the team.
Yeah.
And not feel, because the worst thing is when you first start going out to speak, feeling alone. Feeling like in the room, like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? And she makes friends with everyone. For me, it was very hard.
Yeah.
But now she went by herself.
Yeah. Packed everything on my own, did exactly what Alexa told me to do, took the merch on my own.
Took the merch on her own.
Which I was already feeling frazzled with.
It's a lot.
At other conferences, and you just have to come up with your own system, and coming up with a system takes time.
Right.
And, it was a lot, but I did all the things, right? All the things that I had seen Alexa do the year before. And here I was with our merch luggage and my little luggage, and I went and I did it. I spoke, I did all the things. We sold the merch. It was a hot mess, but you know what? I learned a valuable lesson. I don't have to fold every T-shirt. It worked better when I kept them all in stacks, and then we did it when we went to Corpus. I said, "No, Alexa, don't fold the T-shirts."
She told me it worked like butter.
I said, we just put all the same T-shirts in stacks, and we put them all out
in size order.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
How easy was it? I told her, I said, don't fold them. It's a waste of time, and they get all messed up.
You learn.
You learn.
Every it's in the details. It's in the learning.
It's and even to get to that point, we had tried to sell merch by myself the first time. We had to figure out how we're going to display the merch, the signs that we would need, all the things. And every time you do it, it just feels like a hot mess. But every time we did it, we changed something. And then even the sign, I was like, no, I'm going to put it on my iPad. That way when something sells out, I'm going to cross it off really quick. And she was like, in corporate, she was like, Jess, what?
Yeah, handled it.
She was like, Jess,
who are you? Who are you?
Yeah. And my mind is always thinking about it,
I want
to
learn, Mr. Miyagi.
Konnichiwa.
And I mean, but that's my God,
Yeah.
I was looking up this scripture. It's in Psalm 37, verse 23 and 24. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of our lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand.
Yeah.
Proverbs 16:9 says, we make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps.
Yes.
And, I think over the course of this year, what may look to you like we have it all together, we're still learning.
We are still learning. Yeah. And also, in my life, I've always wanted things to happen fast. And these last couple of years, God has really taught me to appreciate the slow, to appreciate it, because it's moving in a pace that is going to be sustainable.
Right.
Because I think more than anything, God is looking for us to be consistent. for us to be consistent.
That matters more.
And to be able to persevere, know, and even in our walk with him, for it to be an everyday routine woven into, our lives. And the way it is now, because anything that's woven into your life, you're going to do consistently.
So true.
And so God has brought us Las Locas, and we've been busy, but it hasn't been so fast where I'm like, Alex, I can't do this.
Yeah, because when that does happen, it'll crash fast.
Right, because just as quickly as it shoots up in the sky, it's just as quickly as it'll fall and come down.
Yeah. And you want to build something, and building something. Listen, houses that we had back in the 20s, 30s, the foundation of those houses are ridiculous. Yeah. They will withstand anything. These houses that they're making today, that you blink one day and it's already built the next.
Yeah.
They maybe look beautiful on the outside.
Yeah.
They may, you may love the aesthetic of it all. They don't compare.
Yeah.
They don't compare to the houses that these men, there's a certain type of house, I forget what the name is, that it is built so well. I forget what the name is architecturally, but I'd rather have something that will sustain the test of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd rather have something that, we're celebrating year 1, and I would love to celebrate year 5,
Year 10.
Yeah. And I think that the way that we have been praying and believing for it, that's what we're gearing up to.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to do this so long that we're going to be Las Locas Viejas.
Oh, my gosh. She wants to do it so long until there's one of us left on this couch.
No, that's sad.
That is so sad. I just thought of
so sad.
Right?
Wow. Oh, that's so sad. You're going to make me cry. Oh, no. Dang, that just made me so sad.
But I think it's
true.
life. It's life. It's life, and a whole year.
A whole year.
And to God be the glory. Listen, we would love for you to write down below, what was your favorite in this year? What was your favorite Locas Chronicle? Let me see. You love, of course, the suitcase.
Yes.
The suitcase one. But there was one that we had. First of all, the one that went when we came back and we went live and we had all those girls talking to us.
Oh,
that was dope. I think that was
just
Living
recently.
Fully, Loving Deeply. I think that's the one it was.
Let's see.
I think that was episode 42. But there was another one that I enjoyed this year.
Oh gosh, which one is it?
The one that you laughed so hard that you could not breathe. And that was when we mentioned the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh my goodness.
That episode.
I never laughed so hard in my life. And
I just go back to that episode just to hear the laugh again.
Right.
Because it was like a laugh that heals all wounds.
Yeah.
Kind of laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like the laugh the joy that only God could give. That kind of laugh.
Right.
It brought me to tears. Because it was so funny,
So funny.
So tell us, what was your favorite episode? And coming up in 2006.
Oh, we have so
2026. What are some things that you would like for us to discuss on a future podcast? We are so grateful. We hope that you have a great evening with your family.
Yes.
Enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
We will see you next year.
Wow.
Sí, señora.
2026.
2026.
And we're going to see what God does in 2026.
He's ordering our steps.
That's it.
He's preparing the place. He goes before us. So do what he's asking you to do. Be faithful in the little and take your time.
Take your time.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's it.
All right, y'all. Well, Feliz Navidad. You want to sing us?
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad.
All right.
All right.
I want to wish you.
I knew it. I knew she wanted to get in there. All right, we will see you in 2026.
Bye,
God
everyone.
bless.